Well, hey everybody, Andy Kvernen here with another Cornerstone Connection Daily Devotional. When I was first in ministry, I had a boss who was from the Dallas, Fort Worth area, and he's a great guy. Man, I just loved working with him and for him. And one of the things that he would often say to me that often endeared me to him and yet also made me aware that I had some things to learn was this. He said, Andy, bless your heart. Bless your heart. And I've shared this phrase in different settings before, but what the phrase means, if you're from Dallas, is maybe many things. It could mean that, like, hey, right on, good job. It could mean, poor you, I'm sorry for what you're going through. It could also mean, hey, I know you mean well, but goodness sakes, bless your heart, you're off base here. I think Jesus has one of these bless your heart moments with his followers in Matthew chapter 20 in today's Bible reading plan. And you may remember it here, the mother of James and John, the sons of Zebedee, come to Jesus, and she's got an interesting request. Let's pick it up here in verse 20. It says, Then the mother of the sons of Zebedee came up to him with her sons, and kneeling before him, she asked him for something. And he said to her, What do you want? And she said to him, Say that these two sons of mine are to sit, one at your right hand and one at your left, in your kingdom. It's a bold request, right? Not the first time that a mother has made a bold request on behalf of her children, certainly not the last time, and yet a bold request it is. She's asking, hey, I want you to put my sons in the places of highest authority in the kingdom when you establish your reign and your rule. It's a big request. And Jesus responds to her. He says, look, you don't know what you're asking. I think another way to translate that might be, bless your heart. You don't know what you're asking. Are you able to drink the cup that I am to drink? And of course, the mother of these two really doesn't have a full grasp of what Jesus is about to do. When Jesus says drink the cup, he means the cup of suffering. But she thinks, no, this means like a cup of majesty, a cup of glory. And so they said to him, yeah, we're able to do that. We can handle this. And he said to them, again, bless your heart. You will drink my cup, but to sit at my right hand and at my left is not mine to grant, but it is for those whom it has been prepared by my Father. And when the 10 heard it, they were indignant at these brothers. Their attitude was not so much bless your heart. That their attitude was, hey, what gives? They're becoming indignant. But it says in verse 25, Jesus called them to him and said, You know that the rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and their great ones exercise authority over them. It shall not be so among you, but whoever would be great among you must be your servant, and whoever would be first among you must be your slave, even as the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many. Now, Jesus had this bless your heart moment with the mother of the sons of Zebedee, James and John. Jesus had this bless your heart moment with James and John themselves. And yet it doesn't mean that he sugarcoats or glosses over that which is most important, that which is true. And I love how Jesus sets the example in verse 28. Even as the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. James and John and their mother thought they were aspiring to positions of nobility and authority, but Jesus said, look, if you're coming with me, guess what's going to happen? You're going to come with me to be a servant of others. The Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve. And in fact, you're going to give your life as a ransom for many. And so yes, James and John, you will drink this cup. But I promise you, it's not what you think. Bless your heart, and yet I will be with you. You can trust me. Friends, how is God saying to you today, bless your heart? Maybe you've had an idea of something that's true and right, but you're realizing, man, I messed up. I had it wrong, and God was so patient with me and so kind. I've had many of those moments in my life. Friends, if you're there, bring it to God. Confess your sin, confess your ignorance, invite Him to forgive you, and invite Him to redirect your thinking such that you would follow in the real footsteps of Jesus, coming to serve, not to be served, and to give your life as a ransom for many. God bless you, friends. Have a great day, and Lord willing, we'll see you again soon on the Cornerstone Connection Daily Devotional.